Hello, 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 everybody. Did you miss us? We missed you. It's good to see you again. How you doing out there? We are live, finally. Say hello. Otherwise, I look like an idiot.
Hello.
Hello. Space?
Hello.
Yeah.
I can see this is going well. This is starting beautifully.
Space
Yeah,
is
we're
looking up
all
instructions
sleep
or something.
deprived. We're all like half alive. But it's cool because we have D&D.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Gunnar. Unfortunately, all of my sound redeems are off during D&D. Mostly, here's the thing. So I did not forget. I did not add the sound redeems into OBS, so I cannot enable them. They're on my other scenes and not on this one. So, but thank you. Welcome in, lovely. Yes. Hello, hello.
Wait,
hello.
I'll do the sound. I'll do the sound redeem myself. Do 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 do.
That sound has haunted me into my dreams, not gonna lie. I thought that might be the case. Yeah. I got it, right? Otherwise, someone can and will do that Final Fantasy duty complete when somebody dies. And I'm like, oh, I can't handle that emotionally. By the way, guys, these are the dice I was talking about earlier when I was deciding between them.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, proper skellies. Not that that means anything for this like theme, I promise. But yes, hello and welcome. You might notice that we are down a player today. That is because poor Umbra's mic is not working. So they're not able to join us. So you might see them pop into chat, you might not. That is entirely up to them. They might be a bit busy because they didn't, set aside time for this because the mic is not working. But we might see them soon. So, send them love. And hopefully we'll have it fixed by the next one. We just didn't want to cancel again.
What is a Sparrow stream without tentacle difficulties?
Right?
True.
That's the rules.
Oh, that's not right.
Everything alright?
Oh, yeah. It's fine.
That sounded convincing.
The thing I said, the thing I said I was gonna look up, I cannot find clear instructions for right now.
Oh yeah, no, it's fucking confusing as fuck, right? Like,
yeah,
just tell me what it does.
Yeah.
It used to be very, very simple.
Yeah, no. It's very confusing, but hopefully I'll have it figured out in time. But you know me, when I say I'm gonna figure something out, I never do. And then it gets to the next session and I'm like, oh, shit. That was a thing I needed to do. Like, there's so much editing I have to do. Like, so much. I've not done any.
Okay,
Sure.
neither have I. I was going to do a month-long project that required some audio editing and a lot of sketching and boarding, and I have done one image.
That's fair.
I don't think it's gonna get done this month.
I was trying to do NaNoWriMo, and then I remembered that it was November on the 18th. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, me
That's
and
a
a friend of
problem.
mine were like, what if we don't do NaNoWriMo? What if we do this other really intensive project instead? And I'm like, yeah, challenge accepted, and boy.
Like, oh, I regret. Also, I have gone to the effort of freezing about that much coffee in this and letting it melt into milk so that I have an iced coffee for most of this session. I may, of course, have to get up and refill the milk, but that is a future me problem. It is not a current me problem. Current me is dehydrated.
Current you
I
should
forget
drink
that
some water.
it's summer in Australia.
Yeah. It's not too bad today. It's only like 25 right now, so still
still don't like that.
Yeah. I wish we had snow. Genuinely, I wish we had snow. I know there is a place in Australia that has snow, but I don't get to go there. So, we don't have snow.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't get to go there because then no one would be around to feed us in the basement. So.
That's true.
But, at the very least, I provided more light so that you can now read.
Yes.
Yeah.
See? Don't say I never did anything for you.
Yeah, it is slightly cooler down here than it is outside in the Australian summer.
Certainly cooler than where my fucking computer is. This thing is giving off so much heat. Like, oh my god. Like, to the point where I asked the family if I can just run the aircon for like the first hour of stream, even though it's expensive, because it's so fucking hot in here. And so as we go later into the stream, it will heat up and I'll get a little bit more sick, but it'll be fine. We got this.
Fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
It's fine, yeah. Totally fine. Absolutely, totally fine. Why did that happen? Oh! Huh. It's finally melted enough that the, ice just came up. Interesting.
Oh. Well.
I just watched the straw rise on its own. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Just a moment of, what the fuck? Okay. Important note to self. Do not, under any circumstances, do this again. Because what I just drank was sheer espresso. Just a shot. It had not mixed. It was just sheer espresso. I'm like, oh fuck.
Oh dear.
Oh,
that was
so wired now.
Okay. Important announcements. What we're gonna get to. I have some important stuff coming up, but I'll probably be talking about that next week or so. I can't talk about it yet because I'm still finalizing details for it, but there will be announcements coming out. December is going to be a very, very busy month, especially for me. So, you're gonna see some new content. I've got some big projects coming your way, which I really wasn't going to talk about, but that was my brain just going, we should talk about this. As I said, so I covered why Alfie isn't here. Covered that there are going to be announcements coming out, but I can't give any now. What else? Is there anything else I need to remember to say?
Have fun and be excellent.
Yes.
Be excellent to each other. Yes. Okay. I guess we will dive in. Hopefully everyone can hear the music okay. If you cannot, please let me know. I will turn it up or down, however the state may be. There should be our usual theme going along in the background. By the way, we use Syrinscape for this. Full attribution to them. We're not trying to claim any of this as our own. It is licensed, and I have a thing for it. That covers it, I think. It's been a day, guys. It's been a really long day. Okay. So, if everybody is ready, we will begin. I actually typed it out this time so that I wouldn't have to glare at the screen in my face. So do forgive me for having a piece of paper with some notes on it. Ah, that's a problem. Having to try and fucking hold it and still look at the camera. Hello again, dear adventurers and honoured guests. Tonight we return once more to Taeve, a land of myth and magic, of old gods and new, of dungeons and indeed dragons. Where we last left our intrepid party, they had been drawn to the docks, the shipwrights guild singing a familiar tune to some. But the reunion did not seem to be a happy one. Indeed, a representative seemed to spit venom and vile at Yala, and to the surprise of many, they accepted it. Nonetheless, they were called upon to investigate the disappearance of a deckhand. Mist, one of the admirals of the Shipwrights Guild, indicated that she was worried about one of the newest members disappearing just days before his first assignment with the new crew. It is the honor of a lifetime, Yala knows, to be assigned to a crew. It means your family. It means you're one of them, forever. So very few would walk away from such an opportunity. Speaking with the captain, and a rather fetching Fire Genasi, you learned that he had not been seen that he had last been seen at the bar, and had drunkenly staggered home as sailors often do. That would help. Only he had never returned to the guild, and now there was the worry of some dark force intercepting him. Wanting answers, wanting guidance, you attempted to return to the Assassin's Guild, who were less than helpful in guiding you. Instead, Treya met you with flirtatious amusement, and you were turned away, more confused than helped. Interesting you had been, but not apparently interesting enough to interfere with another guild's business. Answers, you know, must come elsewhere. Returning now, as you return to the bar, where a crowd sings and drinks, where tattooed sailors drink truly astonishing amounts of alcohol, and there is a pleasant humming buzz everywhere you look. The richness of the sea, the sharp sting of tarred wood. For some of you, perhaps, it brings memories of home. Others, perhaps it brings memories of stories yet to be told, of grand adventures on ever-expanding seas. Either way, the Deckhand is in need of dire help, and you have been tasked to find them. What would you like to do first?
We're running out of leads to follow. But there is something we haven't tried yet. I believe... Diana, weren't you given a direction to where Mr. Anderson was last seen leaving the tavern?
Yes, I believe so. Even though I definitely don't remember it. Do you remember it, DM?
Yes, you were. So you were given the general direction they were sent out in, and you would be able to follow it from where you are. So where you are, I'm assuming that you have come back to the bar, but you're standing outside of it, correct?
Yes.
So from where you are, he headed right along the waterway, towards the main street, curiously away from the Shipwrights Guild, and towards the main street and where a lot of dim alleyways and that kind of stuff are. Oh god, sorry. I just hit my mic. You imagine that if you should perhaps wander in that direction, you might haven't, stumble upon something, but there are always other things to investigate. If you're looking for a hint from your DM, I can give you one. Because I haven't given you as much information as I wanted to, because you didn't look in any of the places I thought you were going to.
I relay all of that word for word.
Well, that's something to go by. I suppose it happened recently enough that there might still be physical evidence left behind of a struggle.
Perhaps. Definitely.
Okay.
Let's
And I
see if
will
we can
start-
retrace his steps.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Yeah, and I will start doing that with Jasper.
Nice. I forgot to switch over to the dock ambience. So, as you walk, can both of you please roll me an investigation check? You can argue with me on what kind of check you want to run here, but investigation just for the moment.
Investigation works for me.
No, investigation's fine. I've got
Alright.
+3.
Come on. Big money.
Big money, no whammies.
That was small
18.
money. 10.
Okay. Yellow. It's the absence that gets you first. You're walking along. The docks are remarkably clean for where they are. You've seen cities where it's not this clean, but you can tell that here, and you know that the water is kept clean for a very specific purpose. They take pride in this area. That said, the alleyways are not often given the same treatment. So while the docks themselves are clear, often the alleyways are the responsibility of whoever wants to take them. And as you're walking along, you do notice one of the alleyways, however, seems rather clean. Like, obviously clean. Like someone has done a very shoddy job of hiding the fact that this was cleaned up.
think, Jesse, I think this might be something.
Oh, what do you see?
Nothing. Nothing.
What do you mean nothing?
This is way too clean.
Like, I mean, like someone tried to hide something.
Very much so, yes.
Oh,
Might be
We should
something
be-
for the thing. But
we should tread carefully then. Good spot.
Gazing down this alleyway, it is a dark, not a like particularly ominous looking alleyway. It's just clearly an alleyway between two sets of buildings, but it is dark comparatively to the rest of the street. And again, there is this cleanness to it, like someone has literally cast a spell to wash away grime and dirt. What would you like to do?
I would
want
like.
to... Oh, go ahead.
I'd like to see if there was anything left behind here that was missed, like anything that wouldn't necessarily clean away with water, like scraps of cloth or bits of like physical debris that might be lying around, anything that could have been dropped or caught on something pointy.
Okay. Roll me perception. Okay. And while you do that, Yalla, what were you going to say?
Effectively the same thing.
Okay.
That's a 19 on perception.
Damn. All right. Are you going to roll as well?
Yeah, because I'm looking for anything that just looks out of place that I might recognize from the area.
Okay. Roll me perception as well.
No.
No? No, what'd you get?
No. 4.
4. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm afraid Nessie's got you on this one. Nessie, you look out.
My glasses need to be cleaned, that's all. Give me a second. Just takes them off, starts cleaning.
It's a strangeness in this area. Like, knowing that something is wrong here, knowing that there is an oddness now. Like a stage that's been cleaned too quickly. You start to see gaps. Things that you think probably weren't meant to be left behind. You see a blue tatter kind of stuck on the edge of a crate, like a piece of scarf ripped away. And you remember seeing similar scarves on some of the crewmates back at the Shipwrights Guild. You see something else. It's weird. You see the glint of silver and your brain is trying to convince you that it is not there. You try and investigate, or do you keep looking?
I do like a double take, and then I like, is that? And peer towards this flash of silver that I saw.
Okay. Make me an Arcana check. With advantage because of your perception.
Okay. Come on. Big money. 18.
Okay. your vision seems to blur. If anybody here has, I'm going to be a little bit meta, but if anybody here has seen Doctor Who, that whole perception filter that it does, where your brain, like, it just skitters your gaze across from it, that's what's trying to happen to you right now. Your gaze is trying to skitter away from it. Your blood thumps in your ears. And then all of a sudden, it's like it was always there. It's like it's painfully obvious. And what you see is half a symbol, a strange little, almost like a half pentagram. It is familiar to you, however, and you're not sure why. You can roll a history check if you're interested, or you can try and remember through your notes because you have encountered the symbol before.
What is it made out of? Is it like a physical token, or is it like emblazoned onto something?
It is literally a small piece of silver carved into a half. Well, you would assume that the whole thing is like a pentagram, and it looks like it's a buckle that's broken.
I will make a history check if that's all right.
Yep.
14.
Okay. The memory you have is a bit scattered. It's very familiar. But you don't remember seeing it in silver. You remember it being tattooed onto somebody.
I'm going to... Can I pick it up?
Yep. It, for all intents and purposes, seems to be a simple silver buckle that has broken.
I'm going to show this to Fiala. Fiala, do you recognize this?
Oh? And is that something I recognize?
You can give me a history check with advantage.
Advantage, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. One has not done me dirty. So with advantage, that is a nat 20, so 23.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
Okay. Yes, you recognize this. Your brain seems to fill in the missing half. And similar to Jasper, you've seen this before. Both of you have. You remember when you visited the Mercenary Guild. This was a symbol being tattooed onto the initiate. And, like, just thinking back, you remember seeing them all have, while tattoos seem to be the mark for a lot of guilds, they did have a lot of accessories emblazoned with this particular mark. Mm-hmm. You'd be damn certain that a mercenary was here.
A mark from the mercenary guild.
Oh, it's as we thought then. Well, as we suspected. And for part of this to it looks like a belt buckle, perhaps. For part of this to break off, there must have been quite a struggle that happened here.
Oh. Right, well...
Do we think this might be a kidnapping or something worse?
Sure. I don't think this would be something they would intentionally leave behind, so not a calling card.
No.
Nothing else. We could go and ask under the guise of returning it. We did, in fact, just find it lying on the ground.
That's true. We might be able to find out who it belongs to. Mercenaries Guild is quite a ways away, though.
Lead we've had so far.
Oh, so. It might still be worth looking around the outskirts to see if there's any trail that leads away from here. The alleyway itself seems to have been haphazardly cleaned up, but maybe there's more clues outside the immediate area.
Tuck this away and go see what else we can.
I'm going to be making a sketch of the symbol in my notebook.
Okay. So what exactly are you looking for? Sorry? I'm trying to find somebody in here and I'm like...
I think any like footprints or traces of blood or any so sort of going through the alleyway, carrying on the direction that we were going down the alleyway, seeing if there's anywhere outside of this immediate area that wasn't cleaned, like if they missed anywhere, I'm imagining, and it might be a false assumption, but there was a struggle here, and like someone was incapacitated and a body was carried away. In which case, you'd expect there to be like footprints, maybe, or like markings further down the path from this immediate area where they like tried to clean up to cover their tracks.
Okay. Yeah, alright. What was your perception roll? Do you remember?
My perception roll was 19, I think.
Okay, I'm not going to make you re-roll because you've gained most of the information you need to here. Looking around, it is very clear that this has been right. Everything was put back the way it looked when it first got here, but it was done hastily. You don't, however, detect any sense of... Well, you do detect a smattering of red across the wall, but it is not big enough or thick enough to be like arterial spray. So you imagine someone just hit the wall pretty hard. But as for any signs of, well, brain, say the words, do the thing, and it's
Tracks.
Tracks. Yes, thank you. Sorry, I was trying to run String Raiders at the same fucking time. I'm like, nope, it's not working. As for any signs of tracks, you do see some heavier footprints in the mud, but because of where you are, it leads onto cobblestone. So you're not really able to glean anything from that.
I suppose the Mercenaries Guild would be our best bet at this point.
The faster we move, the faster we get there.
Indeed.
I'd like to finish this as soon as we can.
So you headed to the Mercenaries Guild. Work with that. Make your way through the city. The press of crowds is almost unpleasantly thick. It is a market day. Although most days tend to be market days here. But people are buzzing with news. News of a delegation coming towards Talmyn. As all of you know, well, as your characters know, as the players are finding out, the three great city-states, Grimgold, Faerus, and Talmyn, have been at the edge of an uneasy alliance. Tensions have been racking up lately, each nation suddenly preparing itself for war. And so, this may be a last-ditched effort to secure peace, or perhaps the beginnings of a rather bad time. Nonetheless, what you find as you go is that everyone is talking about a delegation from Faerus coming here. And that the city is strangely... It's almost like kids tidying up their room before the parents come in with the inspection. It like the lawkeepers are out in force. There's a lot more there's a lot more boots on the ground, and a lot more things are being restricted. Does not seem to affect you yet, but it may in the future. You continue to make your way through the crowds. Again, it is dizzyingly warm. It is an unseasonable heat wave. And while you are perhaps more suited for enduring discomfort than most here, it's still not particularly pleasant. The smell of sweat and golds and tacky perfume is almost overwhelming. But you are able to make your way to the Mercenaries Guild, which you have been to before. A rather large, almost hunting lodge, Norse lodge looking thing. Just as before, the doors are wide open, but people are less gathered in there. They seem to be favoring either outside or it's just not as busy. You seem free enough to enter.
Oh, the Sparrow.
Yes.
You said that the crowd and the atmosphere is really thick.
Yes.
And that the air is kind of sweaty, and we're also by an ocean. Would you also say the air is moist?
Yes.
It is thick and moist?
Shut the fuck up.
Where are you going with this?
Yeah, okay, where are you going with this? Yes. It is
That was it.
like
That was the whole joke.
it's very humid. It is very humid. It is like walking through treacle. Like you could take bites out of the air. I will never
that was the
forgive
whole
you
joke.
for making me say moist on stream. You're a dick.
Face is a child.
I'm the oldest one here.
I think we head inside.
Okay.
Yes, we do.
The heat is a little more bearable inside, out of the sweltering sun, perhaps. But inside is full of rather scary-looking mercenaries. Some are just in armor, simple leather armor with like the thick straps. You see that same symbol you've seen that you're looking for on like belt buckles or armor straps. It doesn't seem to be particularly important, but it is a uniform of sorts. They do have a receptionist if you would like to talk to them. But you do recognize somebody. This average height, very slim, muscular build, very plain features with neatly combed back black hair. Got these very steely grey eyes. This high-collared, reinforced leather coat. Thick brown leather gloves with an ornate dagger at his side. And on his other hip, a rather intricate-looking longsword. He is the one that
Thank
you
God
saw.
Sarah isn't here.
Yeah, he is the one you saw placing his hand onto the initiate and tattooing him.
Right.
Right now, he is currently reclined up against the wall, smoking what appears to be a cigar. And like it's just like sort of sitting in his mouth. You know how like cool people do it, just like sitting there and like he's in conversation with this rather burly mercenary. Think very typical, bald head, big muscles, not very fond of shirts. And they're having a conversation. You're not quite sure what it is. Who would you like to approach
Got really
first?
excited because I thought it was going to be Judith for a second.
Judith is suddenly like
You really-
tense and covered in tattoos.
You really want Judith back, don't you?
There was
Look, you said
an
it.
interesting. There was
Somebody-
a potential character moment
Yeah. Oh,
that I was.
Oh,
looking
Judith
forward
is
to.
not gone. I have not written Judith out. Judith is still out there. They're just taking care of other
yeah,
things
and
at the
she's
moment.
joining the Mercenaries Guild.
I think we will probably have the best luck speaking to the receptionist.
Okay.
Yes.
You make your way across the room towards what appears to be not a welcome desk, but where people are getting their contracts and heading out. Behind the desk appears to be this young half-elf with a shaved undercut with like the long red hair with like braids over the top of the shaved bit. I don't know how to explain that. My brain is just not working today, apparently. She is dressed similarly in leather armor, but in far less restrictive. You can tell it's a lot lighter so that she can move a little more easily. And she looks up at you. Her face is quite sharp lined and angled, and you can see from the right side of her jaw, right side of her mouth, is a scar that curves up almost like half a Glasgow smile. And while she does smile, there is a fierceness to her. What can I do for you?
Yeah, we're here to potentially return something. I don't suppose a member of your guild has lost a belt buckle recently, have they?
She takes, like, she does this kind of look around. I don't know, but I can ask, though any of them wouldn't admit it. I thought you might have been here for a contract or discuss one.
Oh,
Do forgive me, I don't mean to be insulting. You two just don't seem like the usual type to be investigators. You seem more like you'd hire investigators.
well, has there been an abundance of contracts recently?
Not an abundance. Few, though. Some interesting ones. My personal favourite's the one by the docks, but I wasn't allowed to go on that one.
Oh,
What?
Can't imagine the dogs would have been that interesting.
It's not the docks I'm interested in, love. And she's gonna wink at you. Mist's down there. I was hoping to swing by, buy her a drink. But I have very little reason to go there. Anyway. It's probably, from what I remember, and she's gonna flick through this rather large leather-bound tome. From what I remember, it's a pretty simple job. So, doubt they got into much thing for it.
must be frustrating though.
A little bit. But that's what happens is she kind of like rocks back in her chair, and when she does, you see that from basically mid upper thigh down, her right leg completely gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens when Basilisk eats your leg. You get put on desk duty until the prosthetic is ready. And she kind of sits back in.
That's annoying.
It was a hell of a fight,
Sure,
though.
I'll be ready for you soon.
I hope so.
I can only imagine. I've heard stories about basilisks, but they're rarely about people who get into a fight with a basilisk and come out not made of stone.
It's a close thing. And she, like, at this, she kind of perks up. She's, like, really excited to tell you about this. It was so close. We were guarding this prissy merchant, whatever. Fuckwit, whatever he is. But this basilisk came out of nowhere and paralyzed half my squad before I could even react. Thankfully, I had one of those, like, hunches, you know? Like, look down or you'll die. And I did. And I managed to avoid its little gaze. But that left me and half my squad alone against a basilisk with very, very sharp teeth. So. But it was an amazing fight. Not luck, Dove. I'm just that good. And you see, as she says that, and she kind of falters a little bit, remembering the leg. It got my leg. But, and she reaches down and she's going to pull out this dagger. But you can see that it is roughly carved from a basilisk fang. But I took something of interest from them too. She places it down.
It's amazing. I'm gonna be like hastily scribbling down this story, like completely enraptured about this tale of the.
Oh, she's excited. She sees you writing it down. She's like, "Yes, I've always wanted a story told about me. Let's fucking go."
Meanwhile, Fiala is standing next to Jasper, just under the hood, looking absolutely terrified.
Honestly, you should have seen it. That thing was like triple my size, which is kind of impressive, right? And it rears up with this really loud rattling hiss. And I'm like, well, shit. You know, gotta try and save this merchant who is he's doing that weird thing that civilians do where they just freeze. And I'm like, how is that helping you in this situation? Just run. Just fucking run. But no, he just freezes. So I have to be all heroic because that's the contract and, you know, push him out of the way, which is how she taps her thigh. Not the point. So much fun. I can't wait to get back out there.
That's a really amazing story. You, I'm sure, I'm sure Mist would be very impressed.
At that, she gets this kind of quiet longing on her face. It's a softness that you have not seen on her before, and it softens the sharpened angles. And for a moment, she looks almost like a teenager. I hope so. But, you don't really approach an admiral without a reason, no matter how tempting that admiral looks.
Right.
I'm sorry, what were you here for? Completely just...
I'm going to pull out the silver belt buckle. Say, I believe this belonged to a member of your guild. One of them must have dropped it while hoping to return it to its owner.
She offers her hand to take it. You give it to her?
We give it to her. Yeah, I'm going to hand it over.
Just imagining you having that exact conversation in front of her.
Yeah.
She takes
Correct.
it, kind of tosses it in her hand a little bit, trying to get the weight of it. Well, she's like, relatively light, which means it's not one of our orc boys. So it probably is one of the men down the docks. I can hold on to it till they get back and ask them.
Oh, that would be useful.
Of course.
Well, thank you. I know these things can have sentimental value sometimes.
You're a funny one, but a good one. When they get back from their little contract, I'll let them know.
Thank you very much.
She kind of smiles.
How often do you usually get contracts down at the docks? Just... we have to wait too long after your leg.
Not often. This one seemed to be quite the rush job. I don't quite know the details. Just says here, some dickhead's getting too uppity. They want him taken care of for a couple of days. I don't know. Thomas handles most of that. You can talk to him if you like.
Is that a...
Oh, sure. It's
Okay.
always interesting to know what's going on at the docks.
She kind of nods. Thomas! Thomas! The man you saw before, smoking that cigar, looks up, waves to the mercenary in front of him, and strides over this very purposeful, rolling walk. And he comes to your sides. New contracts. I do love contracts. What's up?
We're actually inquiring about the docks contract.
Well, it's a particularly easy one, to be honest. As far as I know, it was simply a snatch and grab and hold for 5 days and then release. Why, are you here to annul it? Or buy it out? Or...
Oh, well, if it's already been taken, we shan't bother. But we've done some mercenary work ourselves in the past, so we were just curious about it.
His gaze is heavy on you for a moment. You've done mercenary work. I don't see one of our marks on you. And you're not local. Otherwise you would be
No.
kind of stupid to admit that to me. We don't much like poachers.
Not locally. Travelled from Grimgold.
Ah. Grimgold. Mercenaries from Grimgold is a rare sight. Well, if you're not interested in buying out the contract or anything like that, I'm not sure what I can do for you. It is a matter of business, after all.
How much did that usually run?
Our rates for it? Trade secret, but they're paying quite the handsome sum. We usually don't offer this kind of service. Not for the dogs. It's a little bit... not because we particularly care, but it's not nice to step on other guilds' toes.
I can't imagine it's terribly common to find a ship's crew member with enough gold to buy a mercenary contract anyway.
Make me an insight check, both of you.
Oh boy.
13.
16.
16. And 16. His eyes are sharp, while his face is arranged in this pleasant smile. He's watching you with a sharpness that is unsettling. It feels rather like you're being dissected, weighed down to your bones. Are you going to speak plain at any point in this conversation? You're not mercs. I know a merc when I see one. You're a fighter, and he looks at you, Thiala, and you're a caster. You don't have the backbone for mercs, not that that's an insult. Which means you're here for a reason, which means this dock thing is interesting to you. Which means you're either looking to break the contract, or you're looking to get out of paying for it. And I know you're not the customer, so... how about we have this conversation again, shall we? What is it that you want?
I'll look to Thiala, like, do we tell him the truth?
Alright, so I'm actually remembering one of my feats.
Yeah?
I'm remembering I have Fey presence.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Once per short rest, as an action, I can cause each creature in a 10-foot cube to make a wisdom saving throw. You become charmed or frightened until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
Is that the kind of thing where if it fails, it's bad news?
I think
Or is
you
it the
would
kind
know.
of thing you could...
You can try.
Oh, it doesn't say if they would know or not.
Given who he is, I'm going to give you a little behind the DM thing. Given who he is, if you try and use magic on him, he will know. You can do it. You can try. I'm just letting you know.
You want to risk it?
No.
Coward.
With your spell save DC 11?
If I
Fucking
had a higher
coward.
spell save DC, yes. But I have an 11, so no.
Yep.
Players, if you are setting up a character, invest in your spell save DC.
Yeah.
Don't be like me. I don't even know how to raise that.
The Shipwrights Guild is worried that one of their own has gone missing.
Yes. And you were hired to investigate it.
Find out what happened to them. Yes.
Ah. I see. At this, he looks amused. We deal with this a lot. This petty power plays. You might want to consider. Just FYI. Who gains from the shipwright going missing? Who would benefit most from a crew member not being able to be part of a crew? Is an utter confounding thing. What I can tell you is this. At the moment we have a contract. This contract is enforceable. This is bound to us. So, if you wish to find this potential person, you would need to either locate them yourselves and then deal with the mercenaries, and at this, his entire demeanor shifts. His eyes almost seem to darken to black pools of eternity, and you're just like, the whole shift in his demeanor is like from very, very calm and relaxed to, I can and will kill you in a second. Would be a very bad idea. And then it releases. Or you can get the contract holder to nullify the contract. And then he gets amused. You could, of course, attempt to pay out the contract, thus allowing me to call them back, but that's a bit expensive.
How?
For you, that would be 600 gold minimum.
Right. Okay.
Not as much as I normally do, but it's a low playing kite. So.
Well, we appreciate the advice. Thank you.
Indeed. Having some problems because I just tried to take a drink and it just got ice instead.
Oh no.
I'm gonna flick my eyes over to Theala and sort of gesture with my eyes towards the door.
Yes, thank you for speaking with us. That was quite enlightening. We will be on our way. Thank you.
Before you go, I'll get you both to roll me a perception check. Or Arcana, either is fine.
That is going to be a 14 perception.
18.
Arcana or perception?
Ooh, if I do Arcana, that's a 19.
Okay. I'll let you catch this. There is the faintest... As you turn, it is like a spark at the corner of your eye. There is eldritch energy here. It is so watered down, so controlled that you barely catch it. But the hilt of his longsword sparks. And he kind of settles a hand over it, eyes going slightly unfocused for just a second before nodding to you guys and turning back to the others.
Yes, I think definitely time.
Head out.
Okay. I've got to stop looking at fucking shitposts. What am I doing? Sorry.
Yeah, what are you doing? Why are you looking at shitpost?
Because the notification popped up in the Discord. I was like, oh, what's that? Oh. By the way, if you are watching and you have not joined the Discord, do feel free to do so, as we have a shitpost channel that my players are shitposting in as we speak. It's great fun. I show my sister those after the streams. It's so funny. 100% worth it. Okay, so where you headed?
Wow. Ain't that much.
Oh, that's not how much he paid. That's how much you're having to pay to nullify a contract for the mercenaries.
Contract. Yeah.
Contracts are like the law here. You don't fuck with them.
He said, who would stand to benefit from ensuring that a crew member disappears? Probably a rival crew, right?
Did I...
Or maybe someone who wanted to take his place.
I was gonna say, I did tell Jasper about the argument that the other crewmate had, right? That hadn't been assigned.
I don't know, did you?
With says Carden, right?
That was the name?
Was he another member of the Shipwrights Guild or a prospective member?
He was, in fact, a prospective member who had yet to be assigned a fleet.
Were they both prospective members?
Yes. And the guy we're looking for was assigned in a much shorter time than the other guy who had the argument with him about it.
So he probably wanted Mr. Anderson out of the way so he could take his place on the crew.
Essentially.
We already suspected he might have been involved, but now we have a pretty solid motive. So, if we try to rescue Alex, that'll be interfering directly in the Mercenaries Guild affairs. That'll put us in danger, potentially implicate the Shipwrights Guild and maybe even the Assassins Guild in the process. Or we could try to find Mr. Carden and convince him to rescind the contract.
I feel like that might be.
What angle do we go with? We say we threaten to rat him out to the Shipwrights Guild?
If the Shipwrights Guild found out what he did,
Right.
that could be a real fear for him.
Right. So I think we find him, get to talk to him alone, and offer him an ultimatum.
And what we know.
I suppose we'll have to return to the Shipwrights Guild.
His just entire demeanor wilts.
Just the idea.
Are you all right, Fiala?
No, but we don't have a choice. Let's go.
Oh, okay.
Just the idea of that was so funny. I'm so sorry. Just like,
It's back to the Shipwrights Guild we go.
okay. Do forgive me. We just quickly start the battle. Okay. So, you make your way back to the Shipwrights Guild. Let's just say you were able to get there quickly. But I will say, I'm going to roll a dice very quickly.
Okay.
Can you please both roll me d20s and tell me what you get?
Okay.
Just a straight d20?
10.
10?
11.
11. Okay. Interesting. Your journey is relatively uneventful. At least you think so.
Good. Icon eventful.
Let me just get this set up because it's really annoying to try and do on both. There we go. Alright. So, what is your plan now that you've returned to Shipwrights Guild? Who do you want to talk to? Where do you want to go?
We gotta find our
we met the
suspect boy.
captain previously, didn't we?
Yep.
Yes.
What was his name?
It's an excellent question, because I've forgotten. I have
Oh,
so many
no,
characters that I'm
infecting you.
running.
I'm infecting you with my bad memory.
Yeren? Saris?
Okay, so I've got written down. Alright.
The worst part is Sparrow sent me a list of all of the captains, and I still don't remember who we
The
talked to.
captain, not the captain of. So Mist is the one that gave you the job. She's the admiral.
Yeah.
I don't think you've got a name of the captain.
Uh-huh.
So I don't have it written down. And I have every other name written down. So
Need to find our suspect boy,
Yeah.
get him alone, tell him what we know, and go from there.
Or we could speak to Desmond. She might know where to find Sescarden.
Might should also.
Yes.
okay.
It sounds like just a kidnapping. So if nothing else, I imagine she'll be happy to know he's still alive.
I was having a slow realization of, fuck, I have to talk to more people.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Why isn't Umbra here to do all the talking?
Yeah.
Because their mic's broken. Okay. Let me
It's
just
fine.
get
I
my
have
note.
8 charisma. We're set.
You're fine. You got this. I believe in you.
I have 13 charisma. My nervous disposition makes everyone pity me.
My favorite thing is that you're a warlock. You should have a higher charisma than you do. And it hurts me so much that you don't. Okay.
My dice.
I'm playing a barbarian who has a higher intelligence than your warlock has charisma.
It's so
The bard has
funny to me.
higher everything than me.
Bards are kind of like that, though.
Okay, so you make your way back inside the pub. Jasmine, you see, currently leaning over the bar, reaching for some, what you hope to be ale, what could very possibly be a lot stronger than ale. But it's not her that catches your eye immediately. No. Fiala. You see a rather tall. Hold on. I have to get this right. Could you give me just 1 second? You're like, oh fuck. Oh fuck no. Please.
Eladrin.
Discern level almost.
You see a
rather tall
Triton with pale skin and platinum blonde hair. It's kind of curled at the front of his face. You've seen this face before. You've seen it as you were coming to the Shipwrights Guild for the first time. Well, earlier today, I guess. You see Yenren standing, currently speaking to Mist in a low, angry tone. And again, the words are a bit hard to hear over the rumble of everything. He's not trying to intimidate her, but he's speaking quite sharply, and she's just looking at him like, the fuck are you doing? Desmond kind of turns, sees you, smiles. Hey, Hello. You're back. Any news? She's holding the drinks, and they kind of foam at the top. Any news? Can't remember if that was her accent.
Good news and bad news.
Hmm?
Are we interrupting something?
She kind of looks around. No, not more than normal. Oh, and she kind of looks over towards Yenren and Mist, who... You know when people are fighting but not actually fighting? Like their words are sharp and there's that tension around them, but it's not sexual. It's just, it's uncomfortable for everybody involved. Yeah. That's what's kind of going on. He's kind of pissed. Doesn't like the idea that we got outsiders to help us.
Well, we have some good news and some bad news.
Yeah?
I'm going to sort of lean in and say very softly. The good news is we believe Alex Anderson is alive. The bad news is we believe he's under the custody of the Mercenaries Guild.
Why would he be under the custody of the Mercenaries Guild?
Shh.
And she kind of leans in, and like as she does, you hear the crackle of her hair, smell the strong smoke, charcoal that just seems to be exuding around her. Why is it a secret? What happened?
Someone wants him out of the way. There's some foul play going on. There's someone. We have a couple of leads. Some potential candidates that we suspect are responsible, but we can't
Prove.
If we throw around any accusations before we have concrete proof, we risk messing everything up.
Okay. What can I do?
You know where we can find Says Carden?
At this, her face goes through a couple of different emotions. There's confusion, understanding, and then anger. Sheer, unadulterated rage. Slimy little shit. And you see the beer in her hands starts to bubble as her body temperature starts to heat up.
We don't know for certain yet.
It's mostly circumstantial.
We need to confront him about it, and then we'll know for certain. But until we do, we can't accuse him of anything.
Innocent until proven guilty. I get you. As far as I'm aware, he's upstairs.
Oh, also though.
You know if he has anyone with him?
Sorry, what were you going to say, Diala? Just really quickly.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, less innocent until proven more. If we accuse him and we're wrong, whoever really did it will hear us and run.
Understandable. I don't know. He's been surly the last couple of days, but he was in a better mood this morning. Weird. He's been surly ever since he didn't get his, assignment yet. Mist doesn't think he's ready for one, so he has been in a mood. I mean, understandable. An assignment is the big thing. You want to be part of the family. And she proudly, like, as she says family, she tilts her head and you see this intricate tattoo, much like everyone else here, that is traced down her neck. And you see it has got that same iridescent blue that everybody has. The only you know this is because they are done by the same person. The only person in the Shipwright Guild that does them. As far as I'm aware, he's upstairs, but we're gonna have a bit of a problem.
Why's that?
She kind of looks over towards Yenren and Mist. There's the stairs up, or next to those two.
Oh. Well, Mist gave us the contract. If we tell her that it's important in resolving the contract, then I'm sure she'll understand.
She will. He won't. But I'll make sure Sez doesn't leave. I can do that.
Thank you.
Unless he goes out the window. But if he comes down, I can stop him.
Thank you.
Good luck. And if you need help, shout.
I nod.
I'm running. She looks down at the now ruined beer. Because she brought it to boiling by accident. And with a kind of like a sigh, just turns back to the bar, places it back, and the bartender catches her gaze with this shit-eating grin. He's like, really? Shut the fuck up. Really? Did you have a problem? Shut the fuck up. She holds up one hand and it ignites around it. And there's this long moment. He's not intimidated in the slightest, by the way. He's just looking at her, that grin stretching wider. She just like clenches her fist, lowers it, the fire goes out. Can I please have 2 more drinks? Thank you. Sure thing. Of course you can. Let me get that for you. Do you want them in extra thermos protected glasses this time, or? And she's just like, you see the flicker of her hair just like get a little bit faster. Lovely. Thank you. There is obviously like a lot of affection there.
Yeah. Seems like they've known each other for a while. Let's try to head to the stairs.
It sure is a shame we're not level 5 where I could turn us both invisible.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's almost like I thought about that.
Yeah.
I didn't. I just have.
We try and
I just know when you're going to level up, and it's not now.
I think we try and approach the doors in the vain hope that no one gets in our way.
Are you going to try to be stealthy or nonchalant?
Nonchalant, I think, is probably the best.
Gotta act like we belong here.
Yeah.
Okay. Then roll me. I wanted to say composure, but we don't have that skill. So
performance, maybe.
Performance,
I was gonna say performance would probably fit. Yeah.
Roll me performance. You can either do this as a group action, or you can roll individually.
Theala's performance is got to be better than mine because mine's -1.
Yeah, mine's a +1.
So can I assist Theala's check?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that.
So that would be what, me rolling with advantage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Don't be.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be. Go on. What'd you get?
With advantage is a 17.
Okay.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
God, it's one of the best epilogue jokes.
So as you begin to make your way across, most people don't pay that much attention to you. They're really not concerned. As far as they're concerned, you're outsiders. You're not really that important. It's not like a you can't be trusted kind of way. It's just a you're not part of the family, so you're not on my radar right now. You know? It's not meant to be insulting in their negligence.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Mist is very observant. And even though Yenren's back is to you, she spots you. Her eyes flick over. And as she opens her mouth, Yenren turns. Raises his chin. There is this subtle chill in the air. See. And these would be the people you trust more than your own family. I see how it is. You can't be talking like that, love. They were sent to help us. We don't need their help. They were sent by the Tenathras. So, they're not part of the family. They want to be, but they're not worthy yet. that he's going to look at you, Ciola. Seem familiar. Should I know you?
No, just have one of those faces.
See. Even better. You got us nobodies. Isn't that lovely, Mist?
That's, if I may, the point. Families have conflicts of interest. Nobodies can investigate these affairs more effectively. And we have a lead.
You have a lead. Isn't that lovely? Go on, then. Give me your lead. Tell me, little thing. What did you find?
There was a mercenary contract put out on a certain Alex Anderson. A kidnapping. Nothing lethal, but enough to get him out of the way. Someone wanted him to disappear. We believe we know an individual who may know something about this contract, and we need to speak to him.
Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. And you did all that just today? Golly. And he looks over it. Yes, it's almost like if you'd let us investigate, we could have handled this by now. There's this quiet resolve. Mist looks at him, looks him up and down. Until today, you weren't here. You were out sailing. You know, living life. So how about you get out of my fucking hair? And with that, she's going to step between him and you. Who took out the contract, do you know?
I'm going to say, under my breath, to her, we believe it was Says Carden, but we won't know for certain until we confront him about it.
Then let's confront him. She does this gesture in the air, and the entire bar goes silent. Nobody leaves. Not till we're done. And you think this should cause some sort of concern? That you think this should cause some other reaction than okay, and back to drinking. But everyone seems chill. It's like she's given orders like this before. And she looks up at Yenron. Now, can you sheath that tongue behind your lips, or are you gonna be a bitch? There is a long moment. Kind of flicks his tongue over the back of his teeth. And let you go alone. How could I ever look the family in the face if I were to do that? I can behave. I can be nice when I want to be. And there's this leveled look waiting for the other shoe to drop. Simple then. If you misbehave, I'll tell Morvis on ya. And at that, he does actually straighten his spine. Just that, that's actually a problem. Agreed. Come on. And she is going to lead you guys up the stairs.
Yep. Following.
Okay.
I love that. Yeah, we're following. Yep.
Yep. Like that really kind of stiff, robotic, oh god, what is happening kind of walk.
Now, you make your way up the stairs and get to what appears to be just a very simple open-air tavern kind of feel. There's nothing particularly remarkable about it. The walls are solid wood. You can see that it's been very well taken care of. Sea salt kind of baked into everything. The floor is well trodden. It's a building that has been well loved. She leads you along, counting the doors.
I'd like to say under my breath, Admiral, if I may, I have something of an idea.
She does stop and turn to you. Yeah? What's this?
If we go in and confront, says, seemingly alone, we might get him to slip if we threaten to tell you that he put out the contract. Then he might be more willing to cooperate than if we all go in and confront him together. He might underestimate us if we're alone.
At this, she gets a wide smile on her face, and it's perhaps not a familiar smile. But Theala, you recognize this as her "I'm about to gamble" smile. And she is an aggressive gambler. What you've just proposed is a big, big risk, and she's in for it. She smiles. Sounds like a lovely idea. Me and mine will be waiting out here. If he goes for the window, give us a shout. We'll be listening in. Don't go murdering anyone on our watch, though. I wouldn't want to have to kill you.
No,
Of course.
Go on, then. And you see Yenren open his mouth, and she just immediately holds up one hand.
I'm going to knock on the door.
Silence.
I'm going to try to open the door.
It is surprisingly unlocked. And as you swing it open, you hear the faint footsteps as Mist and Yenren both dive out of the way of this open door so that, they're not seen.
Mm.
As you open the door, you are greeted with a man half-dressed, with very lanky and tall, this kind of dark hair, with a smattering of, frosted tips. But it's kind of, lanky. It's grown out. Longer than it should have, not as much as it would make it look stylish. It's in that awkward stage between. And he turns, holding his shirt in his hands. The fuck do you want?
Mr. Says Carden, I presume?
What's it to you?
We're here on a contract investigating a missing persons case about one Alex Anderson.
Perception or insight?
So was that perception or insight?
Mm-hmm.
Or deception or insight?
Perception. So far you've said everything that's pretty much truthful.
I'll make a perception check. 19.
Fuck. Alright.
Hello. You don't even need my help.
Okay, but what did you get? Yella?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Nat 20.
Ooh.
Don't even need my help. Okay, both of you see this. There is a tenseness to him. That lanky form, while wiry with muscle, is still quite underdeveloped in terms of, it's clear that he does not work out. This is just from day-to-day stuff, and he's not been taking care of himself. Too many beers. But he tenses, and then forces his shoulders to relax, forces his entire body to relax, and take a breath. It's because you're looking for it, you see it quite obviously. He knows exactly what you're talking about. What happened to him? What the fuck happened to him?
We're not fully sure. He disappeared. We're just checking off some boxes and your name came up. We thought we would come talk to you for a moment. Do you mind if we step in?
He kind of looks around. Can I put my shirt on first, or do you want to enjoy the show a bit more?
You can continue putting your shirt on if you wish.
He's gonna shuck it over his head, turning his back to you guys. With your perception checks, however, you notice him carefully sliding something across the front of his pants as he turns.
We'd prefer it if you didn't have any weapons on you. We're just trying to have a polite conversation.
His hand stills. Force a habit. Forgive me. Pulls the shirt into place. Crosses his arms.
Understandable.
Oh, so there's no need for it here.
We've heard that you and Mr. Anderson had had a number of interactions before. You were quite close, it seemed, and well, we were wondering if you might happen to know why anyone would want Mr. Anderson out of the picture, as it were.
Close! I hated the little pissant. Mist made a mistake. He didn't deserve a fleet. He didn't deserve to be tattooed. But apparently, he's shown growth. I worked twice as hard as him. I'm not sad he's gone. Probably got cold feet and took off. He didn't value it. How did my name come up?
Oh, just we were asking about the night he disappeared. Someone mentioned that you had an argument with him.
Kind of relaxes a little bit. Fair enough. Yeah, we had a blowout. Did not appreciate the truth that he was not ready for a fleet.
You think he ran away?
Of course he did. He's a fucking coward. Wouldn't have stayed when it counted. Probably didn't want the lifelong commitment. Yes.
You think he'd really disappear without telling any of his friends at the Shipwrights Guild?
Would you admit to your friends that you're a coward?
I don't know. Would you admit to your friends that you put out a mercenary contract on someone?
At that, he goes completely still. Almost like, you're sure he's not even breathing. I wouldn't do such a thing. Why would you think I did?
Well, it seems that you hated him and thought he didn't deserve his job, and, well, it seems you stood to benefit a lot from him disappearing before he officially became a member of the crew.
Of course I did. Doesn't mean I did anything to the little idiot. That would be immediate terms for dismissal, and I want to stay.
It would be.
We're not saying you did, but if someone were to, would you know? You happen to have heard anything?
No. The answer is quick, instinctive, and clearly false. You don't even need to, like, roll for that. It is so bad of a lie that he's like, mm-mm. Nope.
And if someone were to have visited the Mercenaries Guild personally and learned that a contract had been put out for a kidnapping of Alex Anderson, I don't suppose that would be cause for concern for you.
What are you doing? You're outsiders. You could blow this for me. What the hell is wrong with you? You think anyone actually gives a shit about Alex? They don't.
Well, that's not very nice.
Listen. I had nothing to do with this. Yes? That's the story you'll tell people, right? Because I would hate for something to happen to you. Mercenary contracts are everywhere these days. Doesn't take much.
Well,
So, I do...
you are right, those mercenaries are pretty scary.
No. I'm curious about something, though. If he were just to disappear for a certain number of days, what would anyone get out of that?
Grinds
I mean, not
his
you,
jaw.
of course, but whoever did this.
There are a certain number of days that you can be absent without leave. I don't care if you're going off on a bender, you just have to tell them. If you don't, and you miss your fleet assignment, you get bumped back down to Owl. The prospect. And you have to earn your way back.
So, you want us to tell Mist that you weren't involved and had nothing to do with you?
If you have to talk to Mist at all, yes. don't see why you would
How
need
much
to.
would our silence cost?
At that, he completely relaxes. Now that he thinks he knows what you need, like what you're going for, why didn't you just fucking say so? Jesus. Look, that contract's pretty fucking expensive, but your silence would be worth at least 200 gold each. Yeah, make you nice and rich.
I'd say that's pretty reasonable.
Then we have a deal. I pay you, get you the money. You don't blow my cover. Anderson comes home in 6 days. He's supposed to.
We won't say anything about this conversation to us.
I'm gonna roll an insight check on that. Hold on. You did not roll well. Okay. His jaw kind of clenches. Alright, look. I can get you the money by tonight, yeah? I don't have it on me, obviously. You have my word. Why do you want me to bring it to you?
The alleyway. I presume you know the one.
Yeah. Another one. I'm surprised you do.
Right. We have our ways. I'm going to look to Theala and then head back to the door.
Okay.
I'm going to open the door.
Theala's just kind of like stepping to the side.
I'm going to peer out and I'm going to say, "Oh, sorry, we've been paid not to tell you anything."
Three things happen at once. As you open the door, you see Mist and Yenrin at the side listening. Clearly, like, if you were in trouble, they were about to rush in. She looks pissed. He looks thunderous. But when you say we've been paid not to tell you anything, there's a crack of a smile. And then Mist replies, "Well, ain't that a bloody shame? I mean, how will we ever know now?" With that, she steps around. Yala, you're watching, says as this happens, blood drains out of his face. It's a misunderstanding. It's a misunderstanding. Miss looks at both of you.
I never said how many days he would be gone, but you did.
Not helping. Thought, would you do this? He was gonna be fine. Miss kind of smiles, but it's not a good smile. Well, you two have done an excellent job. Really. That's the wrong accent. God damn it, I've done southern accents so much. It's like that becomes my default. That's mighty kind of you, but I think we can take it from here. And
but before you do anything to him, though, says, where exactly is he?
his mouth is opening and closing. Like, he looks horrified, and, like, he's looking as if everything's gone completely wrong, which it kind of has. Yenrin speaks, and his voice is a low growl of thunder. "Sir, or I'll cut your tongue out, and you can sign it to them." The warehouse. He's in a warehouse 4 blocks down there. Not that far. He's fine. They're under strict instructions not to kill him. Just hold him for a little while.
You will be fine. You will be fine, I'm sure, if you tell the Mercenaries Guild to rescind the contract.
How could I do that from here? That would be impossible. I would have to go there. I'll go there right now. And he tries to take a step forward, and Yenrin growls. It is this low rumble, and you're like, "Hmm." And then a low, melodic voice that you recognize. I don't think that'll be necessary. I think we can take that as a voiding of the contract, don't you? As you look up, Thomas is standing there, eyes flashing grey. At this, he just slumps. He's fucked 3 ways to Sunday and he knows it. He looks to Mist. Apologies. We did not intend to intrude on guild business. Had we known that one of the victims was one of your prospects, we would have, of course, gone through the official channels. As it is, allow me to make amends. If you two, and he gestures to you, Jasper and Thiela, if you two would follow me, I will take you to where they are, and you can bring the boys safely home.
That would be appreciated.
Yes, thank you.
He takes one look at Sez, just this low, slow look. I do not envy your fate, my friend. One thing to take a contract. Anyone can take a contract. Another to go against them. Good luck. And he's going to turn and start walking away. Yenrin is going to step into the room. Mist is going to, as you guys leave, just murmur, I'll see you guys later. For your payment, of course. We have some business to attend to. And as you guys leave, there's a gesture of her hand and the door slams shut. So, do you follow Thomas?
Yup.
Yes, I think we do.
Okay.
My cat has made an appearance.
Yup.
Okay. So, I think now is a good time to take a quick, 10-minute bio break. Been going for almost 2 hours, so. And I've heard you guys on a call for another half hour on top of that, so. We're going to take a quick break while I can, so you guys can head off, and I'll just quickly do a shout out. Thank you to Cybershot for the follow. Much appreciated, lovely. Yeah, so we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. We'll be right back. Sure, there's other things I'm supposed to say, but, you know. We'll see you soon. Bye.
See you in a sec.
Hello, we are back. Sorry about that. I was really hungry, so I went and made eggs in the microwave. But then they took longer than I wanted them to, so I'm like, I need to get back. But I can't, because, you know, you can't leave eggs in the microwave. Don't worry, they didn't explode, but they could have. And I was not ready to live with that for the rest of my life.
Understandable.
I think it would have been fine.
I would have forgotten to go and get them. That would have been the problem. Hot.
There were a couple
regret.
of things.
Mm-hmm.
There were a couple of things I think that we wanted to do as a party.
Mm-hmm.
We still needed to visit Delphina, I think, after the contract we did. There was something that Jasper in particular wants to try and do, which is find out what happened to Judith Hobbs.
Okay. We can try and do that.
Yes, for the time being, we'll see this contract to the end, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So, everything's working. I have taken everyone off mute. Brilliant. Just had to be sure. Hey, Woodley. Okay. So.
What if you hadn't though? What if we were on mute for the rest of stream?
I would have fucking panicked. Like, I double checked. I can see that it's working. But thank you for that existential panic. Okay. Thomas kind of takes you out, leads you down the street. As you're exiting the bar, you see Jasmine just like almost burning with anticipation, literally. Like her hair is flickering. She's watching, like, and do you say anything to her, or do you just keep going and just be like, sorry, bye?
I'm gonna lean in and say under my breath, Mist and Yenrin are having a strongly worded conversation with him right now. We're going to go and get Alex. And I smile at her.
She kind of almost immediately relaxes. Thank you. And then smiles at the thought of having to have a conversation with Miss, because everyone knows what that means. Everybody's aware that's not a conversation anybody wants to be having right now. So she kind of does bring him back. Let him know we missed him, please. And she looks over at Thomas. You know, if any of them hurt him, they don't get drinks here, right? That's fair. You're just like, no, that's fair. I'll see to it. And he's gonna take you guys outside. It's actually a surprisingly short distance from the bar to this warehouse. They've clearly kept him close. So as you go up and you hit the alley where he was taken, you go down another 5 or 6 houses, and he stops, and he... Absolute silence. Open the fucking door. Almost immediately, there is the sound of latches being pulled, door being yanked open, and someone dropping into a crisp, "Sir, I didn't know it was you. I'm sorry." And he sees you guys. What's going on? Is everything all right? Contract has been nullified. Release the poor boy. And if any of you have hurt him, you're no longer welcome at the Siren's Rest, just so you're aware. The little fiery one will probably melt your faces. Is that kind of like... Okay. Yeah. Sure. Reasonable. Before he turns and goes back into this little warehouse. Tomas turns to you two. So, you're making names for yourselves all over the city. He with Nolenia. Bring out Zafina. Now nullify. Why is the net doing that? That's so weird. Syrinscape is breaking for me, by the way. I don't know if it was breaking for stream, but it was glitchy.
Oh no.
Let's try that again. And now, getting involved with a shipwrights guild. You don't do anything by halves, do you? Although, and he looks over at you, Theala. I didn't expect it would take you this long to come back here.
Sorry.
Right. And I thought you would have... I just mean, for someone with such an autumnal complexion, I figure you would have wanted to be near the sea. Good for your hair. Sorry, I'm really hungry. The problem with snacking is where the food needs to go is where I need to DM from, so... Go on.
Yeah,
like, just like when Lee Mulligan said.
monologue. Yeah.
I was listening to
You need
that
the
earlier.
mouth at the back.
Yeah. Shovel almonds
Yeah.
into like a furnace.
Would help.
Theo just looks very thoughtful for a moment. Lots of things than me.
Fair. I won't pry, but I'm not the person you need to be worried about. You're becoming known in the city. That's good, but it comes with a lot of challenges.
That won't be a problem at all.
Hopefully. His gaze settles on you, Jasper. I am surprised to see you back here. After that whole incident. Would have thought you might have left the city behind for good.
I'm surprised to see me here too. That Talmyn has a way of dragging people back, kicking and screaming, I suppose.
Ain't that the truth? You can try to get out, but they never let you leave. For what it's worth, your faces aren't exactly common knowledge. Not yet. Your appearances have been described, of course. Everyone and their dog has heard what you look like. But as for who you are, that is yet to be shared. I've got a particular talent for knowing the truth of things, and he taps under his eye. And with that, you see this little flare of magic across it.
Right. To be fair, we didn't know whether we didn't expect you to want to help us.
Didn't. No offense. Listen, it's not that I particularly wanted to impede you. It's not that I wanted to help you. It's that you weren't... I'm not going to say powerful enough, but not well-placed enough to risk anything on. And now you're interesting. As long as you're interesting, you're worth talking to. Of course,
I don't know if that makes me feel better.
if you would prefer, we can forget we ever had this conversation. And I can go back to forgetting both of you exist. Fine with me.
It honestly might be better for your reputation if we pretend this conversation never happened.
You must not know me. My reputation doesn't exactly speak of me highly. I'm dangerous. I'm monster. I'm a beast in human form. At least that's what they say. Part of it's true, I suppose. I am dangerous, and I am a beast when I want to be. that he gets this kind of very amused, flirtatious smile, not really directed at either of you, it's just like a,
Directed to like a hypothetical third person who might have been here under different circumstances.
No, I just meant like when you think of a dirty joke to yourself, yeah. No. My reputation is not what bothers me. I'm not the head of a guild. I don't have to worry about that kind of thing. I'm more interested in what you want. Why are you even in the city? I know you came in with Bowden and the others. Why?
Would you believe me if I said we were chasing after an apocalyptic prophecy that might spell the end of the world as we know it?
He considers it for a long moment.
Looks absolutely shocked at that. Like, what?
What? He takes a long moment. No. I would not.
Well, yeah, neither would I.
Alright then. Keep your secrets. Sorry?
Can I do an insight on you, Jasper?
We both had the dream.
Yeah, so you had the dream at a different time to them, but you had the dream. You have that interesting little scar. Okay. That's the prophecy Jasper's referring to. And if you guys don't know that prophecy, you've not seen the first episode.
Yeah, the Theola keeps like their hands wrapped, so like out of sight, out of mind.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Like, if I can't see the scar, that didn't really happen, did it?
An actual prophecy. He's looking at you, Jasper. And you get the sense that he's not trying to be facetious. He's actually asking. Like it could be something he's not heard before, but something he's willing to consider as reality.
Giant demons, bodies like tar, ripping through cities and burning down everything in their wake, spilling blood of countless innocents, that sort of thing.
I see. He's going to do an insight on you. Normally I wouldn't tell you that, but I feel like you deserve to know it. You can roll me deception or persuasion. You don't have to tell me which one. Yeah. You can tell me in DMs. Although
the way I'm phrasing it is like, who would even believe that? Like you'd have to be pretty dumb to believe in something like that. Like I'm not trying to convince him that it's true.
Oh, okay.
I'm more just like giving the answer in a nonchalant
in sarcastic
way,
form. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not lying, but also I'm like not expecting him to believe me.
Okay. Then I will roll to see if he thinks, where he stands on this. Interesting. He kind of tilts his head, like a cat tracking prey. You seem like you've had a very interesting adventure, haven't you? Yes, who would believe such a thing? It sounds like a story. And it's at this point...
sorry. If you happen to know someone who was interested in that sort of nonsense, then I imagine they'd be interested to hear.
Indeed. Hypothetically, of course, this wouldn't have anything to do with that giant storm over Grimgold, would it?
I imagine if it were true, then it would almost certainly have something to do with it.
With that, he gets tense. See. Well, that's made things a little more interesting, hasn't it? Of course, no one would ever believe such a thing. If one did.
Of course not.
One did. what exactly would one have to do to avert said? Let's see.
Well, hypothetically speaking, I imagine such monstrosities would need to be released on the world, so it would likely be a matter of tracking down the one who planned to release them and preventing them from doing that.
Easy, attainable goals. You sound like you have someone in mind. Hypothetically, of course.
Hypothetically, if I did, it would be an extremely tenuous lead. And one with many, many dangerous strings attached that really no one would like to disturb.
I see, I see.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically, of course. You interest me, little friends. You interest me quite a lot. Well, when these leads become less hypothetical, if this ever becomes a thing, you may call upon me. I do love a story. I love a hunt more often than not. Of course, if you want help from the mercenaries, you're going to have to pay. But me, I don't mind taking coin as, well, taking a story as payment for certain tasks.
That's good to know.
Hypothetically.
Of course.
At this point, that Alex is brought to the door, they're kind of very, almost respectfully dusting him off. Like, it was like a matter of business. Like, you have to stay here for the next 6 days. You can try to leave and we'll beat the shit out of you, or you can just stay here and have snacks. And you can see he tried to leave. He's like a bit bruised, but he's not, like, he's walking under his own power. And they're kind of like, they're riding his clothes. One of them, this rather short, word brain say the thing, this rather short tabaxi with this silver fur and this curious pattern of spots across the side of their face, cheerfully hands him his bag back. Here you go. Don't forget that. You're going to need it. And he's just like a little bit flabbergasted because up until this point, they were keeping him hostage and now they're just giving him back his shit and letting him walk. And he does not know why. And he kind of takes the bag. Thank you.
Mr. Anderson, I presume?
Yeah. Anderson is, I realized I didn't really give him a description last time, did I? He's a rather, again, very wiry kind of person, but where the other guy had decadence kind of baked into him, like that slavish, sleazy decadence, this kid seems like he both has an opportunity and he is working his ass off to get that opportunity. He's currently got a big shiner of a bruise, but it really doesn't stand out. Well, it does stand out against the paleness of his skin and the short crop of red hair. He is a human. And he is he's relatively short. He looks to be in his late teens, early 20s. Currently dressed in what appears to be some stained clothes, some bloodied, but relatively well-fitting, like a sailor's blouse with not tight leather pants, but leather pants that you would find on normal sailors. And he's holding his bag kind of clutched to his chest. All in all, looks like a scared kid.
The Shipwrights Guild was quite concerned by your disappearance, and they wanted to ensure you were returned safely.
His brow furrows, and then warmth and relief seeps into his expression. They're not mad at me for disappearing. I mean,
no,
They
think-
know what happened. They're not mad at you.
I don't think not sure if everyone knows yet, but
Someone's
Admiral Mist knows, and Yenrin and Jasmine too.
Oh gosh. Yasmin, is she alright? They didn't go for her either, did they?
No,
No.
she's quite angry at a certain someone, though. Not you. You'll probably want to talk to her.
I'm really scared. She's gonna be on the ship with me, so I don't want her to be mad. She's terrifying. And I kind of like my clothes the way they are, and my beer unboiled. And he kind of looks up at Taeves, and, like, comparatively, Taeves is also human, but Taeves seems to tower over this kid. Although they're about, like, that much difference in height. This is quite a tall-ish kid. And he's like 18, 19. He's not actually a kid, but comparatively, he feels quite young. Taeves feels older. Feels taller and bigger than he is. This kid seems very small in response. And Taeves kind of gives a wry smile and takes out a small coin, flips it in the air, catches it, and hands it to the kid. One free get-out-of-jail card. Given that we didn't know you were a guild member. Should you ever be accosted by one of our members, simply show them this, and you'll be brought to the guild house instead of wherever they want to take you, and we'll deal with you there. Don't worry, deal with does not mean kill, I promise. We could arrange that. It does not mean kill. And the kid is just like nodding wide-eyed. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, sir.
I'll give a smile towards Taeves.
He just there's that wry curl of the lips back to you. I'm not very good at being comforting. Not much call for it these days. Can you find your way back? Or do you need me to guide you? And that's not that in insulting terms, he's literally just asking.
We can find our way back. Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Good. See to it that he makes it safely, would you?
I'll nod.
We have to clean this up. Also, if I may ask, how did you find out that it was the mercenaries that had him?
Oh, one of them lost a belt buckle. We gave it back to the receptionist.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. And he's going to turn, and as you're kind of like you're gathering away, you hear him go, "And who the fuck forgot the covering spell? Which one of you dumb fucks broke your belt and left that shit behind? I have taught you so carefully." He's just taking them to the task. He's not angry at them. He's just like reading them the riot act, not because they did the job, but because they got fucking caught doing the job.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm Australian. This is just my natural language.
How does Alex look on the way back?
Yeah, sorry about that. Of like, I don't know. I don't have anything caught. It's like, just like something here that itches. It's driving me nuts.
Oh, yeah. I hate that.
Kind of like a doe that's just learned to walk for the first time. He's kind of like on shaky legs. But as you get closer and closer to the Siren's Rest, you see his pace begin to quicken, a little bit of hope back into his steps. But before you get there, he does turn to you. Thank you for saving me. I don't know why you did, but thank you.
Well, don't tell anyone this, because I might get in trouble for saying, but the Admiral was actually worried about.
At that, his face lights up like a child that's just been told Xander real. Wait, which Admiral? Was it Mist? Was Mist worried about me?
Don't.
Mist was worried?
You were one of the most promising prospective guild members, so they were concerned by your sudden disappearance. But don't tell her I told you that.
He crosses his chest, where you can see also some more bruising underneath, like, the open, like, part of this very white, billowy shirt. Well, it's not white anymore. It's kind of like a not a yellow, but, like, dusty. And he kind of does a cross over his heart. Won't say a word. She was worried about me. No one's ever been really... They didn't used to worry about me when I was little.
It seems like a lot of the crew remembered you quite fondly. You should speak to Yasmin as well. She was quite worried about you. She won't light you on fire.
I hope not. Though I think I look pretty fetching. A fire on a... Well, for like the 3 seconds before I died. But I think it looked pretty cool. It's weird. I was an orphan and they worried about me. And he gets that warm little smile. And you get the sense that it's not really meant for anybody to see. It is a happy... They have a family smile. And his pace kind of picks up. Well, wait. And he kind of stumbles to a halt. What were your names? I'm sorry. I should have asked.
I'm Nessie.
Nessie.
I'm Thea.
Thea? Okay. Thank you for saving me. If you ever need anything while I'm in port, you just say the word, and I'll help you. No questions. Well, maybe 1 or 2 questions asked, but you know what I mean. Like, if it's assassinate Millennia, I'm gonna have to say no. But
No, that woman's terrifying.
She walked through the city, and I swear one of the guards shit himself. And honestly, I didn't even want to laugh because that seemed like the appropriate thing to do at the time.
She's actually quite nice when you get to know her.
You know Millennia.
Still terrifying though.
You know.
And
he's like white with fear.
Unwittingly.
I'm sorry. Are you one of hers? I'm very sorry.
No. Not exactly.
No.
Scared me.
I wouldn't. We're not with anyone.
In this city. That's brave. But for what it's worth.
Passing.
For what it's worth, you got a friend in me. Wherever port takes
Thank
us.
you.
And he's gonna kind of like bow his head.
I'm gonna. Do I have anything in my inventory? Oh, okay, yeah. I'll give him a gold piece and say, you look like you could use a drink.
Thank you. I could. They weren't very nice. Like, they were surprisingly nice after a bit, but they wouldn't give me any alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, that was a torture. That was uncalled for. I think there's like something against it. If there was like a human rights thing, that would be in it. Can't deprive a sailor of drink. I'm a child. I'm so sorry.
It's kind of international convention that would make rules like that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They should make one.
Yes. Surprised that isn't already a thing.
I know. It should be. You know? But, guess it's just governments, isn't it? Isn't it? Fucking hell. I'm fine. In it, yeah.
Oh, are you sure you need a drink already? You might...
I desperately need a drink. And he is going to, like, again, do that very, like, quick bow and then is going to head for the door of the bar. And as he pushes it open, there is this silence. And then a raucous cheer as you see, like, the tension that had built in him in those few steps to open the door releases as he kind of hears the truth that they did, in fact, miss him, that they were worried about him. And then about 3 seconds after he pushes the door open, he is crash-tackled by Yasmin. She just whoom into him and just like he barely catches her. Like does that, you know how in the movies like they catch and they do the spin? It's very clear she's doing the spinning. Like she hits him, but she plants and spins him around. Like she is so excited to see him. There you bloody are, you silly fuck. Why didn't you? I'm so glad you're safe. And he's just like wide-eyed. And what she does is in front of everyone, in front of you, grabs him by his face very gently and kiss him. Like full on the lips. Just mwah! And pull him out, and his eyes are so wide. And she's like, don't ever scare me like that again, you fucking idiot. Let's get you a drink. She's not going to address this. She just hooks her arm in his and pulls him towards the bar. And then there's again...
Straight representation in our campaign. Inclusivity gone wild.
I was not given a content warning that there would be a straight couple in this game.
Wow.
Hey. I never said what their sexualities were. You guys assumed.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
How dare
That's
you?
How dare us think that Sparrow would give straight representation?
I mean, I did, though. All of Sire and fucking Thanos.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Listen, I'm bisexual and I enjoy sweet love stories. Don't at me.
Right.
Actually,
Right.
many people will at me after this and I don't care. Give me the sweet love stories. And I mean sweet, not spicy.
Yes.
Because that shit gets deleted. Right away. Okay. Let me just double check something. I don't have a picture, unfortunately. Yeah, okay. It is only a few moments later. I assume that you guys stay outside.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
It is only a few minutes later when you see Mist and Yenrin emerge. And Yenrin has a grip on Carden, like ice cold. You can almost feel the animosity. And Mist says very simply, "Guild meeting, let's go." And she looks at you two. You two can come for this. You helped make it happen. You deserve to see it. And that sets Stez off. He's like, they're outside. They can't. And Yenrin squeezes his arm and you see almost immediately bruises begin to form as he's squeezing and he's not even really putting effort into it. And you're like 95% sure that if he wanted to, he could snap this bone. If he wanted to. And he's not. He's choosing not to. And finally, says fall silent. And you are all, like, almost in a procession. Everyone from the bar has come out and is following them. Yasmin is kind of arm wrapped around Alex. He's kind of still a bit starstruck, but walking more solidly. And you're led into the Shipwrights Guild, where you see another water genasi. Well, actually, yeah, I don't think you've actually seen a water genasi because Mist is an air genasi. She's average height, muscular build, with light blue-grey skin, waist-long silver hair, done up in a loose bun with large black eyes, this multicolored highlights. She's got a dark blue sleeveless tunic, baggy pants tucked into brown leather boots with intricate white facial tattoos, like Mist. Yala, you recognize her.
Mm-hmm.
This is also an admiral. This is Torrent. She is the one that does all of the tattoos for the guild. She's the only one that does tattoos for the guild.
Right.
And her face is empty. She's not mad. There is nothing behind her eyes. as they enter. And he is dragged forward and says is pushed to his knees. Torrent kind of walks forward. Do you understand why you are here? I didn't do it. I didn't. Please. You have to believe me. This is all a mistake, a misunderstanding. I can. Yes. Or no. And you see him try to speak. And then there's a flare of magic. Not from her. But it's like... Actually, roll me Arcana to see if you recognize it.
I will. 7? No. 8.
18.
18. Okay. You recognize it. Well, Fiala, you recognize it. Jasper, I'm afraid you don't. It appears to be a modified circle of truth that kind of shimmers down around him. Answer the question, please. Yes! I know why I'm here. And you know the punishment. She snaps her fingers, and Yenrin grabs this man's shirt and rips, revealing, as you saw earlier, intricate tattoos across his body. Not a lot of them, but you can see a small blue glowing tattoo across his chest, right over the pectoral. He'd kind of had the shirt in front of it before you, when you'd entered his room earlier. And you recognize that to be one of Torrent's tattoos. She does all of them, but there are special ones that are only given to guild members.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the ones that are given to guild members.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of goes quiet. Let me just make sure. Oh god, sorry.
What?
I need to organize this a little bit better. My dear sister has written out all of these people. And I have to make sure I do them correctly. Like, explain them correctly. Cannot find them, so apologies to my sister. But I will find them. But this is how it's going to go down now. She kind of gestures again. And Yenrin steps up in front of her and holds out a blade. It is about that long, with a wicked curve to its edge. And you can roll me... let's say history or another thing to see if you recognize what kind of blade this is. If you have a skill that you think would work best for that, go ahead and roll that and tell me. But I would roll history.
I'll make a history roll.
For history, I got a natural 17, so 22.
Nice.
Got a 10 total.
Okay, it was a pretty easy one. This is, unfortunately, a skinning knife used by hunters. You have two choices. You cannot go around with our mark no longer being part of us. You can choose me to remove it, and her hand sparks with magic. Or it may be removed otherwise. Choose, and choose quickly. I don't want this! I want to be part of the crew. I want to be here. Her face is stern, unyielding. That was not one of the options. Choose, or it will be chosen for you. He looks panicked, darting around. His eyes land on you two. Help me! Don't let them do this to me! What kind of people are you?
You can have the tattoo removed and go far away from here and maybe leave with your dignity intact.
Theo is just like
you're not going to be part of the guild again after what you've done.
He looks over at Alex. You know it was just a thing, right? You weren't gonna get hurt. You weren't supposed to get hurt. Alex doesn't speak. He's just watching. There is a grimness on everyone's faces. Last chance. Decide or it will be decided for you. And her eyes flick to Alex. Unless the victim wishes to make a choice for you. Alex? And you see him start at the idea that she knows his name. Like, he knows that she knew his name, like, because he's one of them, but just the idea that she knows his name is a lot for this poor boy. And he sets eyes on him. If you were one of us, you wouldn't have done what you did. And I think, and he points to his face, I think you deserve to feel a little pain after what you put me through. So unless you choose, I say use the knife. Silence ripples out. He begins to panic. Please, 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 I'll leave. I'll never come back. Just don't. Last chance. And she takes the knife and places it against his skin. Choose. And you see him, like, start to panic. His eyes go very, very wide. Magic! I'll take the magic, please! At that, you see a lot of people wince. And she obligingly places the dagger back to Yenren. As you have willed it, so shall it be. Remember, you made this choice. And she's going to reach out and place her hand over the tattoo. And then about 3 seconds later, his mouth opens in this soundless scream. His entire body convulsing as you watch blue filaments kind of inch their way up her skin. All of this ink is being drained out of him, and it does not look like a peaceful process. Imagine getting tattooed in reverse. Like, that is what she's doing to him.
Like, as soon as she placed the hand on him, Theala is just, like, very tense and not looking.
Yeah, I'll close my eyes.
It takes longer than you want it to. And no one seems to, like, disapprove of you looking away. They're just calm, steady, and unyielding. Finally. The sound stops. That hoarse, gasping whisper as he kind of collapses forward. And it's not just the blue tattoo that is gone. All of the tattoos that were on him have now been removed, and in their wake are scars. And her hand glitters with blue and black ink. She kind of, like, rubs her fingers together. Alex, you are one of us. And she holds out her hand. Come. I will tattoo you. Join you with our will forever. Well, not our... I didn't mean to say will. I just meant join us with the family. She's not indoctrinating him. Like, I need to make that clear. This is not a cult.
But isn't it...
It's a hive mind.
But
No.
isn't it also... They're all a family?
They're a family.
I mean, there are some... there are definitely some undertones there, some questionable undertones, but it's pretty much like... as is the case for, like, all of the guilds.
It's kind of a cult.
It's kind of a cult.
They're more family-like, but okay. Anyway.
They're more family-like.
We're not being judgmental, but
you're being judgmental as fuck. And I love these guys. Fuck you. Anyway.
We're not attaching a value judgment.
Yes,
to
you
the
are.
assessment.
I got bullshit.
Right, then I guess I've been overruled.
It's alright. Yeah. And so Alex comes forward, and she leads him towards the back, where her tools are all sort of set up. You notice that now that he has no tattoos, it's almost as if he ceased to exist to them. They don't react to him. They don't even look at him. They just walk past him. There's not even hatred now. As far as they're concerned, he's ceased to exist. And you see him kind of desperately coming back to himself, looking around. He even hurls insults and none of them react. There's a long moment. And he goes to go for a weapon. As if to finally get them to pay attention before there is a sound like tearing silk. And a blade is embedded in the floor between him and the weapon he was going for. And you notice Yenrin is standing there, still not looking at him, but blade now sunk into the floor.
I'll say out to him. You're alive, Taeves. You can just leave. No one will stop you.
You did this to me. You ruined everything. Why?
You hired a bunch of mercenaries to brutalize your colleague. To cheat him out of his job.
He didn't deserve it. But he does get up. You'll pay for this. All of you will. He's going to slink out of the door like a pissed off cat.
I don't like him very much.
That's fair. You notice...
I kind of...
Oh, sorry.
I'll just say to Fiala quietly, I rather regret having to listen to that. I think we did the right thing, though.
Okay.
Anderson got his position. Hard work and says, out of malice and jealousy, try and take that away. Do the right thing.
I know how he feels. I'd hate to be in the position that he's in. But
Not a fun position.
no.
Be on our way.
Yes. I think Mist wanted to speak to us at some point, but I imagine maybe we'll have time to sit down first.
I need to go report this back to Governor.
Want me to come with you? Okay.
Maybe.
So you're going to see Tabernath? When you find him, he is in his office. Paperwork still scattered across his desk, Quill still scratching away at it. He looks up as you enter. Do you knock first, or do you just...
Oh, absolutely knock. I don't go even inside the doorway before.
Okay.
It's like that same kind of like pent-up nervous anxiety picking back up.
He looks up, and it's like someone shit in his cornflakes. He just does not look happy to see you. Ah. Yes, hello. Let me guess, you failed again.
Actually, I was coming to let you know we took care of it.
At that, he pauses.
Anderson's back with Guild actually getting his tattoo now.
Well. You managed to not screw one up. I'd say I'm impressed, but even a broken clock is right twice a day. thank you for what it's worth, for not fucking things up like you usually do. He looks down and scribbles something along the page.
Right, I'll, go. Want to let you know that was done.
Well done. Good job. And he makes the words sound so bitter and so sarcastic. He doesn't mean them. You know that he doesn't mean them. And then there's a low voice. Warm. So this is how you treat her. Sorry. So yeah, this is how you treat your friends. I thought better of you, Tabernath. And Miss is standing in the doorway.
Let's go.
He straightens up. Apologies, madam. It's just that Theala has been quite the difficult one. At that she turns. Theala. Wait. Theala? Part of the family, right? Not our family, and she gestures for the tattoos, but their family, right?
Like, as an answer, Theala is just, like, keeping their head down and their hood pulled over.
You want me to go? Leave if you want.
Do not leave me alone here.
Seeing this, Miss seems to force her body to relax. All that combative energy disappears. Well, I just wanted... I'm trying to do the Irish accent. It's not coming to me. I keep going fucking southern, and they're not related! Well, I just wanted to say... Nope. Well, I just wanted to say... Good job.
Well, I just wanted to say...
Good job. And... she's going to look at you, Theala. And... in the future... feel free to come back. If you're not part of their family, then... we don't have to afford any, well... as you said, you're not part of them, so... feel free to come back and... we'll have a drink together. And you see Tabernath grind his jaw because he wants to move up in this family, and she's basically saying either you acknowledge Theala or you're like you don't get credit for this.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of looks at you, waiting to see what you're going to say.
And Theala is just like looking back, like absolutely flabbergasted. Thank you.
You're welcome. Guess that'll be all, Tabernath. Thanks for sending the adventurers our way, but we've got it from here. Come on, you two. There's a party to be had.
No, I won't.
You attempted to do something, and I'm so curious what it was.
I was tempted to give Tabernath a shit-eating grin, but I think if anything, Theala has earned that. Has earned that privilege.
Will they do it?
No.
Damn.
Yeah. Did anything else happen? See.
Listen, there's over 100 years of this treatment.
I'll just keep
It's
my mouth
kind
shut.
of caked in.
Oh.
Oh. My poor Theala. Miss is going to step between you guys and kind of usher you out.
Right, I'm a head out.
So if there's a party, I think Umbra would probably want to come.
Probably, yeah. But because unfortunately Umber is not with us today, we will put a pin in that. For the most part, she's just getting you out of that very awkward situation.
Yes.
She's like, she can read the tension, and because you helped her, she's helping you. Although she probably would have helped if she'd heard him talk to you like that before.
Yeah.
As you come out, however, you see Alex is kind of like strutting around very happily, and he sees you two. And once you're kind of away from that office, comes rushing over to you and pulls back his sleeve to reveal Nessie and Thea written across his arm with the half symbol of the mercenary guild there. You've been written into his story.
No.
So, for a bit of lore, everyone in the Shipwright Guild, their story is told through tattoos. Their life story, their successes, their failures, it's all tattooed on them. And he has chosen to include you in that story. He has chosen to put you forever in that story.
Oh.
That's so sweet, but oh no.
And he looks at it quite proudly, and you can see the shimmer of the blue ink just underneath of it. And it kind of dawns on you that she's taken the ink from Says and turned it into part of his story. It's a masterfully done tattoo, but it's a little bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's very sweet.
You're part of the story. You saved my life. I mean, yeah, they weren't going to kill me, but it was going to take everything that mattered from me. And you stopped that, so thank you.
Of course.
It was our pleasure.
Hi.
But make sure you explain that thoroughly to anyone who asks what the tattoo means.
It's not like a I love you mom tattoo. It is like your name's intricately into the there's the half symbol
Well,
of the
we know
mercenaries.
that, and he knows that.
It is written into the outside of that. So like part of the metal. It's not a I love you thing across his arm. It's not your name's written just across his arm. Hello, Kate. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Holy shit. Welcome in. Let me get you the... Oh god, I have to try and type. Hi.
Hello.
Sound the alarms. It's a raid.
It's a raid. Hello, welcome in, my loves. Welcome to Taves or Tales. I hope. I'm glad to see you. Hello. You got us at a good moment. I've freaked out my players and touched their hearts at the same time, which is great.
Yeah.
How was your stream, lovely? It was very
slimy and covered in blood. not pleasant to touch someone's heart.
Well, if he'd fought, you would have gotten a worse image. So things got fishy. I guess you're gonna have to watch to find out.
Yeah.
Cuddle.
Cuddles? Do we get cuddles? Fuck yeah. I could use some cuddles. Hello. I'm just taking a quick moment to both think about what I want to do next and what I want to put my players through next. So, you have successfully rescued Alex. You can tell that they're about to go into a big party that is going to last for who knows how long. You don't have to stay that whole time. You can choose to come back. Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna pass out.
Wow,
Absolutely. Go rest, lovely. Thank you so much for bringing your people in towards the end of my stream. Thank you, though. Seriously, I do appreciate you. All the love. If you guys are not already following Divine Kate, you are missing out on good content. Absolute legend.
Subscribe to Divine Kate or perish.
Yes.
Okay. How long do you have left, Space? By the way, like 10 minutes? 18 minutes?
Yeah, like 10 minutes.
Okay. Then I will try and wrap things up for you then.
I'm sorry, stream. The American has to go cook.
Don't worry,
Most
we'll send you on to some lovely people. Most importantly?
Most importantly, do we get paid?
Yes, you do. You get paid a shiny 200 gold. As Mist drops, comes over, places down this sack of gold, basically. I heard what he said, that he was going to pay you 200 each. He didn't have that. But, and she does pass over, there's no longer, well, anyone in the guild by that name, so all his assets are gone. And that means, apart from an invitation back here, you also get paid. She's going to pass you the 200 gold.
Thank you, kindly.
Thank you for helping.
So is that 200? That 200 for each of us?
No, it is 200 total.
200 between us, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's 66 each, plus one extra gold piece.
Not bad, not bad. Yeah. Thank you for doing the math.
Give the extra one to Viola and tell Umbra he gets 66 gold piece when he's next to her.
Hang on. How much do I have to give you 69 gold pieces each?
66, so it's 200. Oh, right, I see. Oh, I see. So that would be.
Hold on. 69 times 3.
207, I think.
207.
You get 207 gold.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's too funny. It's too funny not to. Plus,
we are all
Alfie
children.
would never forgive me if I did that and didn't take the opportunity.
If we were so close to 69 and you didn't do it.
We had the opportunity for the funny number.
Gold.
69 gold each. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so I guess we're gonna call it. And I will tell you that the next session will be a very interesting one. You level up? That's a question.
Yes, we do. We've earned it.
Have you? You've not.
We did. We did a missing persons investigation.
Yeah.
In
We
a
fought.
day.
We fought a surprisingly powerful
Warlock.
serial killer.
Yeah.
Who was actually a warlock. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we leveled up before we fought the bear, didn't we?
Yeah. No, you leveled up after the bear. Because the bear pushed you to level up, yeah. So
No, I'm sure Nessie was 4th level when we fought the bear.
Alright.
So it's been quite a while since we last leveled up, and we've had a number of adventures since then.
Alright. This is a shameless cash grab. Actually, I think I'll just do it as a poll. I was like, the first person to subscribe gets to choose.
Oh god, that's so dangerous.
Quick! Before she revokes it, quick! Someone subscribe.
If you subscribe,
and
you
let
will
us
choose
level
whether or
up.
not they level up this session. I will give you 2 minutes. It's the dumbest thing. I don't actually expect anyone to subscribe, by the way. It would be nice, but you don't have to. This is not me actually saying anything. But that would be really fucking funny.
We deserve this. We deserve this, chat. We deserve this.
This is where one of you just does a gift sub. It fucking counts.
No, it's called I used my Prime sub.
Did you actually?
Yes.
Oh my god.
He didn't say it couldn't be one of us.
No, I didn't. And yep, thank you for subscribing. All right. Do you level up this session? Yalla.
If we don't, when's the next opportunity?
Next session.
I say yes, if only so that we can start looking at our spells a little early.
Okay.
And be prepped.
Then, officially, you level up to level 5.
Let's go!
Let's fucking go!
Let's go! This is like the biggest level up of the campaign. Level 5 is huge.
I know, I didn't want to give
Yeah,
it to you too early, but you have done quite a lot, admittedly.
Mm-hmm.
So it was going to either be this session or the next session. I was going to try and push it to something that, an adventure that might happen next session, but it's not that big a deal. And honestly, if you guys could get a little bit tougher so I can throw some proper enemies at you, that'd be
We're better
great.
equipped, yeah.
Yeah, why do you think you got so much gold? Like, fuck, guys, come on. It does not help that you have skipped every quest that I put in your way. You're like, no, let's fucking go this. I'm like,
Listen.
You keep distracting us.
That's true.
here's the thing, I try to distract you with the side quest, but then you take the side quest and then be like, actually, we're gonna go do this instead. And I'm like, you were doing the quest. Can we do the quest, please? Like, fuck, man.
Yeah, well, you were like, okay, Theala's parents are like,
Oh yeah, no, this time.
expect you to do this job before you like do this super important quest that's required to save the world.
Yeah. Listen. This is a campaign, motherfuckers. You have to go through this. This is a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And let's be fair, you guys forgot what was happening for a good chunk of it. You're like, why are we in the city?
Well,
What are we
I
doing
always
here?
Forget what's happening. I feel like that's not fair.
No, that's fair.
We do forget a lot of things.
It's made of side quests. Yeah. And we've got some very interesting ones for you. So for those of you who do not know, my sister and I have built Taeve from the ground up. And so she's kind of designed a lot of the quest lines. I've designed a lot of like the overarching plot. She does a lot of like the NPCs and stuff, and I kind of bring them to life. So if you're interested in world building, by the way, let me quickly give you a
Shameless plug.
shameless plug. Yeah. Honestly, I really want people to go and check her out so that, you know, because this is a new kind of thing for her, and I really want her to succeed in this endeavor. You know what I mean? So if people could go check her out, that'd be fucking awesome. You don't have to pay. I'm just saying I would like it if you guys checked her out for me. Because anyway, enough plugs. We should raid. And I do want to kind of just chatter for like 10 minutes more so I can finish the battle. Although I could end it early, I guess. Alright. If you need to head off space, you can.
Yes, thank you. But thank you guys.
Thank you for being here. Much appreciated.
Yeah.
Hey.
Thank you for being here
And
with
if
me.
you guys want to watch a shit post during stream, join the server.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely. Because holy
You must.
shit, I can't wait to go through this shitpost channel today. Like, I feel kind of bad because Umbra was not here to
It's
thirst.
it's not
It's not
as
quite
much
as
as when
chaotic
Umbra is
without him.
usually. Yeah.
Mhm. But it's still pretty chaotic.
Anyway,
Anyways,
thank you, Sparrow. Thank you, Sage.
speaking of, wait.
Thank you both.
Wait, 1 second.
Oh yes, hello.
I would like to say happy birthday to Sage. Because
Thank you.
I didn't fucking realize, you said it last stream, I didn't fucking realize that it was your birthday last week. But I would like to take the time to officially say happy birthday and thank you for being my friend.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was planning this from the start, I just didn't do it when I wanted to.
Mm.
Happy belated! Yes.
Appreciate all of you. Yes.
Yes, I'm making it
Thank
awkward.
you.
No, I don't care.
Thank you, Stormcat.
Alright, my loves. Let's see who we can raid you to. Space, if you do need to head off, you're free to go. I will release you from the basement.
I'm gonna do that.
I suppose.
Oh my god, I'm free.
For like 5
You've been
minutes, yeah.
released.
You're out.
Bye.
Bye! Okay.
It's like a crab in a bucket situation. Like we like drag each other back into the basement.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Who should we raid? Do you have any ideas?
Not personally.
Anybody in chat? could raid
Are there
Corsairs
any
again.
D&D streamers live right now?
Yeah, there were a couple. Give me a moment. Corsairs is live. There's a VTM stream, which is live. But let's see. Another 6 hours? I wish I had that energy. Like, fuck. Although I will be live tomorrow with Final Fantasy. And possibly some news. I don't know if I'll be revealing this news tomorrow, but I plan to. Which you guys will probably be pretty interested in. And Sage, I will tell you after stream. You get to know.
Hell yeah.
Alright. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna do the battle early. Let's just quickly do that so you guys can see it. We'll start early. Ready battle, place spell. Thank you all so much for the units and for participating. Much appreciated. And I will queue us up to raid Reddit GM. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they're doing VTM. They got a really nice little setup, so would you start the fucking battle, please? There we go, Jesus Christ. I hit the button. Yeah, they seem like interesting folk, so we'll go say hello.
Yes.
I will be live tomorrow with more Final Fantasy. Do I have any more plugs that I'm supposed to do? You know? I feel like there is.
Subscribe to Syrinscape, subscribe to Space Confession.
Yes, definitely.
And I can say this, subscribe to Lucky Red Sparrow right now, or I will find you.
That's very intimidating, like holy shit. Okay. Alright, let's...
I will find you, chat.
I will find you, and I
Each
will...
and every one of you.
Alright, my loves. Let's send you over to the dreaded GM. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to drink water, eat food, take your meds, and do not, under any circumstances, lick the demon that you summoned to piss off your neighbors, because as we all know, consent is indeed consexy. And we will see you all in the next one. Bye!
She said the thing! Let's go!